Okay, so basically, you know, which is the product, the solar window. What we provide them is a Venetian blind with photovoltaic slats inside the glazing unit. So in between the two glass of the window, I think technical specification here we have different kind of sides, IGU insulated glazing unit sides for the two demo cases, the demo case one in Valencia and the demo case two in Netherlands. What we provide so is this IGU with a control cables, as you can see here. So that allow to control to move the blind, and then on this side and then on the other side we provide also photovoltaic cables, so the one that allow to transfer the electricity from the window to the electrical box. It's important to know that in this on the top side of the window, okay, in this part is included the motor of the control of the blind, and this part then we'll see later has to be every time so on the top of the window, so also during the transportation and so on it has to be on this part. So going to the next slide, the transportation requirements. So I divide in two parts the steps. So the first part in which IWIN is responsible, but we will not make in-house all of this procedure. So we start here. We provide the blind, only the blind without the IGU, to the glass maker, and the glass maker will check it and will integrate in between the two panes of glass. So we'll prepare the IGU. Then the glassmaker will transport the IGU using, it is a traditional process for glass or for windows, so transportation using glass racks with spacer, wrapping all of the IGUs. And then he will move the rack with, for example, forklift or cranes if it's too heavy, or also even manually if it's possible. So transport to the carpentry. If you consider this a wooden IGU, then from this side is responsible. I wrote here demo owner, but could be also I don't know, then the contract between demo owner and carpentry. Anyway, they are responsible for this, so they have to check the IGU if everything is fine, and they have to basically to integrate the IGU inside the sash, so the window, the frame of the window. And it's very important, as I mentioned before, to keep also in this process the window in a vertical position, as it's shown here in this figure. So the side of the motor should be every time up. And then again, from the carpentry, the window prepared with the frame should be transported with racks to the demo case, to the construction site, and then it has to be moved normally forklift, or maybe better with a crane up to the place, the apartment in which it has to be installed. So a manual transportation is also possible, of course, with appropriate personal, I don't remember now, the equipment, protective equipment, gloves, safety shoes, and of course with the suction cups to keep the glass in vertical position, and so on. Some safety consideration, of course, weather protection, pay attention with extreme rain, and so on. So the personnel should be trained, so able and aware how to transport this glass and window. But I repeat myself, is a kind of standard process for transporting the window and so on. So pay attention only that it has to be vertical. Then handling and installation requirements. I basically, for us is our first installation, so I don't have picture, but I I try to provide some 3D models. So considering this is our, I mean, is a possibility, but then we still have to discuss with the window maker or the carpentry how they want to install the system in the demo cases. So considering that this is an option, it's important to know that the window, our glazing unit, has two cables. So the PV and the control one, as I showed you before, and normally they can be, I mean, the axis of this cable could be on the same side of the window. So from one side, the cables, I mean, they have to pass on the other side in order to match with the other two. And so it's important to make a hole within this wooden frame. And it's important to know that the solar window must be installed on a vertical plane, not only in transport, but also installed in a vertical plane. If not, I mean, it's possible that there are some problems with the slat that, clash against the glass pane. And of course, this vertical plane should be perpendicular to the horizontal surface as shown here in this draw. This again is an activity to be made in the carpentry place, not in the construction site, preparing the window in order to then install inside the glazing unit. So as I mentioned before, and you can see also from this zoom, these one are the photovoltaic cables or the motor cables, sorry, and the other side. So on this side, you have the control cables. They can run here on the top of the window, and then here in the zoom, they are together and they go outside together. So I think it's easy in this case. I don't go now in detail, but there is a manual. We wrote also some, a few lines here on how to install the window. And of course, we can then discuss together to go a bit more in detail. Exactly, we suggest here to use this spring conduit. Is a traditional equipment tool that you can use for window with electricity inside, so for shading system and so on. So to transfer the cable from the sash of the window to the apartment basically, or to the electrical box. The standard process, the cables go inside, they are inside this spring, so they are, we can say, in a safety place, and then they go outside without any kind of problem, and then they can be connected to the with the electrical box. So we believe that considering the personal protective equipment, yes, I mentioned before, gloves, safety shoes, standard process for glass. So pay attention to this, but I guess the carpentry that will make the installation is totally aware about that. And commercial material that can be used for this. So screwdriver, drill, this spring conduit, some specific nails in case, and so on. So not a lot of specific equipment. And yes, what we provide also is the electrical box. You can see here, so fully equipped with 4 cables, and the first one should be connected to the switch, okay, in order to control the window, the solar window. The second one should be connected to the power outlet, so to provide power to the window. And then the third cable and the fourth cable should be connected to the cables of the window. So the control and the PV cable should be connected together by the installer electricians, basically. Disposal activities. We provide here some general disposal. Of course, the solar window must be treated as electronic waste and deliver to a specific center for electrical and electronic waste. So handling photovoltaic device. What can we say here? Non-dispose of with household waste and use specialized recycling facilities for hazardous materials. So some, is basically the window is composed by, is electrical component. So with photovoltaic, then there is a glass, and and the safety during disposal. Do not apply solvent, adhesive, or stickers, or store broken pieces in sealed containers. We provide here some general information that you can find here. And that's all, basically. Then if you have question, in 10 minutes, it's not easy to provide all the information, but in case you can ask.
Thank you,
Can I ask a
Paolo.
question, please?